Welcome, Get Speaking Gigs YouTube subscribers. This is Tim David. We're talking today about who hires speakers. I'm going to list the 8 groups that hire speakers and pay speakers in this video. Stick around. All right, I'm going to start by listing them. We have corporations, we have associations, we have small businesses, we have nonprofits, we have individuals, we have governments, we have religious organizations, and we have education groups. Now, a lot of people want to know, okay, that's great. That is fantastic. That is eye-opening. Let's talk about each one a little bit at a time. Now, education, sometimes people think of that as speaking to kids. I'm going to start at the bottom, go right up, because I think we're going to save the best for last, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to, start with education. People think it's speaking to kids, and yes, you can go and speak to schools and do educational assembly programs as a speaker and speak to the students, elementary, middle, high school, all around the country, tens of thousands of schools. Great market. Did a lot of it myself, and, could certainly talk a lot about the types of programs that work. But basically, the point is this: they pay you to come in. How much do they pay you? Well, that changes depending on district and budgets and time and topic and all kinds of different factors. And there's all kinds of different business models too that you can use in terms of straight fee or fundraiser. I mean, there's a few different opportunities and options. All right. So there's also teachers, right? That also falls under the education space. Teachers who do their personal development days, their in-service days, their own training, and you can be a trainer of teachers. You can say, if anybody said to you, your message, your insight, your information, your story should be taught in schools, that is how you get it in there. You go and you teach the teachers how to bring your message, and you can do curriculums and all kinds of great opportunities in the education market. At our next stage speaking summit, we had Carlos Malave, who teaches how to create school curricula and get your message into schools. Great, fantastic, good market. We're going to go to the next one up. And we're going to talk about the religious space and the religious market. This is going into churches or temples or whatever around the country, around the world, and speaking on your topic that is relevant and related to religious organizations. Now, I have done a little bit of this in the past. I would say probably quite a bit, actually, more free than paid. But there are times too when you can, kind of put a religious spin on your topic. Obviously, it helps if you're a member of that faith yourself, so that you can speak the language. This is not a money-grabbing opportunity to go in and start, having a whole brand new audience and a new demographic. This one, you want to be able to walk the talk and speak and speak their language, because it is literally their religion. So you want to make sure you tread carefully in here. But, there are times too when you can combine your area of expertise. I've done gigs where I was teaching financial advisors and financial planners, like I do in my corporate space, influence techniques, human connection techniques, and it was a religious organization. So, I put that spin on it. All right, the next group, government. Don't have a whole lot of experience in this. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of forms, but once you're in, and that's a pretty decent place to be. Government groups and government organizations will certainly pay, and sometimes overpay their speakers and presenters. Individuals, we'll come back to that one. I think a lot of people, no, I'll do it now. A lot of people, when they think, let's group nonprofits and government, they're similar in my mind, even though they're completely not. But I don't really have much to add to the nonprofit other than this: nonprofit doesn't mean that you can't make money in the nonprofit space, right? Nonprofit organizations have fundraisers, and they have events, and they have galas, and they have all kinds of stuff. And you can go and you can train the staff of a nonprofit organization. They pay for that stuff just because it's nonprofit. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them say, well, we're a humble nonprofit organization. Yeah. Well, I've been paid some pretty good money by some humble nonprofit organizations. All right, back to individuals. This is what a lot of people think of when they want to become a speaker. They want to, like Jen Sincero, they want to tell you want to tell people you're a badass, and I want to spread my message of personal empowerment, and I want to spread my message of whatever. I want to share my story, and I want people to I don't know, maybe you've been to like a Tony Robbins rally. Maybe you've been motivated or inspired by a speaker who targets individuals in the personal growth space. And, essentially you would be responsible for filling your own events, selling tickets to those events. That's kind of how you get paid to speak to individuals. Obviously, yes, there are multiple income opportunities, creating courses, writing books, all of that stuff to get your message out there. But, people will reach into their pocket and pay for that personal development. All right, small businesses. A lot of people have a hard time differentiating small to medium enterprise to, corporate. And basically, you're just dealing with a different person at the organization and probably a different size. So, a major corporation might have 5,000 employees. A small business might have 5, but that doesn't mean that those 5 people aren't responsible for, let's say it's a 5-person sales staff and they're selling, I don't know, this new startup medical device or whatever, and it's tens of thousands of dollars per sale or hundreds of thousands. So the money is there, even though the human capital might not be as quantity, even though it's probably the same, quality, of course. So small businesses certainly have money as well. And you're just going to be dealing with owners. You're not going to be dealing with VP of HR or senior HR leads or, any of the C-suite or anything like that. You're going to be dealing with, probably the owner. All right, associations. Whoa, associations, great place to be. They have a desire to deliver member value. They have a desire to generate non-dues revenue. So if you can partner with an association and deliver member value while generating non-dues revenue, and part of that centers around an event that you may produce and put on and speak at. I mean, this might be some advanced stuff, and maybe you're not ready for it. So cool. Why don't you just say, hey, you have an association annual meeting where all these companies and organizations and member groups get together and they learn about industry trends. Well, guess what? I speak about industry trends or trends in the, I don't know, in whatever your topic niche is. I speak about leadership trends. I speak about just leadership, and I'll teach them about leadership because they need to know about leadership. Whatever your topic is, there may be a place for it at one of those annual meetings, either on the main stage, speaking to everyone, or in a breakout session where people get to self-select and say, oh, I want to learn about that. Oh, I want to learn about that. And those are both very often paid positions and places to be. So the best part about associations, though, is you are showcasing your stuff to all the member organizations, all the companies. They get to have people from that company in the audience seeing you speak. They go bring you back to their organization, their corporation, so that you can start speaking at my favorite corporate audiences. Now, the reason I love corporate so much, first of all, I believe this, and I believe it wholeheartedly. Don't worry about your message being not corporate-y enough, okay? If you can help people, then you can help corporations. I'll say it again. If you can help people, then you can help corporations. Your job is to connect the dots as to how you help people and how helping people, even if it's not work-related stuff, companies are more and more aware of health and wellness. Companies are more and more aware of what goes on outside of the work and the fact that this is a whole, complete person that they're employing, and they want to advocate for their wellness, digital wellness, mental wellness, and then physical health and wellness and all the other things in between. So if you don't think you have a corporate topic, remember, if you can help people, then you can help organizations. Your job is to connect the dots for them. You might say, I help them be healthier. Therefore, they have more energy to be more productive at work. Aha, says the person writing the check. That affects our bottom line. That affects the workplace culture that we want to create. We want to create an environment where people feel like they are cared for by their job. Yes, I will sign on for that training. So that's one reason I love corporations, because if you can help people, you can help corporations. And there is budget set aside for this stuff. Companies have events, just like associations have events. A lot of companies have annual meetings where they get the whole company together, or they have all hands meetings, or they have leadership retreats or whatever, where they get people together and say, what are we going to do next? Let's look ahead. Let's look at our numbers. Let's look at the trends, and let's look ahead and meet and see what we can do together as a company. So those meetings are great opportunities. I don't even know the stats on the number of corporate meetings that are happening every day in America. It's ridiculous. There is so many. Now, the other piece is even if there is no event, they'll still hire you if they like your message. They'll bring you in and they'll say, hey, can you come and just do like a training for our staff? Because we are not good at what you speak about and we want to get good at what you speak about. So why don't you come in? We'll just create the event. We'll just make it. It'll be all about you. You'll come in and deliver your content and your information. And oh yeah, certainly we have a budget to buy books and training materials and workbooks and online courses. We certainly have a budget for that. That is called continuing education. And why would we just bring in a trainer to speak once? People forget stuff. You know, we need the materials to go along with it. So this is literally how I'm able to speak at, let's say, I don't know, some $5,000 association event, and then turn around and gather clients, prospects, potential customers in the corporate space and have conversations with them and turn a $5,000 gig into $500,000 over the course of time, because each one of those corporations is going to come to me and say, we want that message. We're having an annual event. Maybe they're having an event. Maybe they're not. Maybe they think they're going to hire me as a speaker. And then I have a conversation with them and we start to go from speech to speech plus books, to speech plus books plus trainings, to speech plus books plus trainings plus leadership development program, to onboarding program, to executive coaching. It gets into the tens of thousands of dollars at the first level, just the speech. You can imagine what happens at the next levels. So this is why I love corporations so much. Listen, if you want to help kids, go speak in the education space. Right? Go speak in schools. That's where kids go. They go to school. If you want to reach kids, go where they are. If you want to reach adults, where do they go? They go to work, right? If you want to reach kids, speak in schools. If you want to reach adults, speak in corporate, speak to corporate audiences, speak in corporations. If you can help people, you can help companies, because companies are just made up of people, even the biggest companies. So that is my pitch, my spiel, my information for you today. The 8 groups that will hire and pay speakers, including my favorite corporate audiences. If you want to learn how to speak to corporate audiences, that is what Get Speaking Gigs is all about. We focus exclusively on speaking to corporate and business audiences. Yes, we do associations, but that's just to get to the corporate. So highly recommend you check out getspeakinggigs.com. Also, there are several links below this video that will demonstrate, that will elucidate, that will share with you the different ways that Get Speaking Gigs can help. There are many, many programs that we have. We're focused on a few right now, and I think the biggest difference that we can make in a speaker's life is the 0 to 10K program. If you're a raw beginner and you are intimidated by the idea of charging $20,000 for a speech, Tim, holy hell, how do you do that? Then jump into the 0 to 10K program and learn the ways. We have an incredibly fast-paced 90-day program, which you can go at your own pace. It is documented. It is recorded. You can go at your own pace. But I'll tell you what, people who have gone through that, our first pilot group right now, we're still in week 9 of our pilot launch program for this. So this is new and exciting. They are all, they're all already reaching into the $10,000 and beyond in new income. So go ahead, take a look. There is a link below. It is the large option. And hey, why not go for the gold? Why not go for the gusto? This is your time. If you've ever felt, hey, you know, I got a message and I got to get it out. Well, stop dreaming, start doing. And if you don't know what to do, for the love of God, find a plan and then follow it. No need to reinvent the wheel. And don't get distracted by, should I write a book? Should I create a YouTube channel? Should I open up a TikTok account and stand there and dance and talk about my speaking topic while I'm dancing? I don't even know. There's so much to possibly do out there. Focus, find a plan, follow the plan, and watch the results come, because it is a proven process, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Do the things, get the results, and I would love to see you in there. So that is it for now. We will speak soon, tomorrow. In fact, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Hit the little bell, because we go live every single day, and you never know what we're going to talk about.